Listen, I have finally cracked the code when it comes to getting the best response from ChatGPT. I created this perfect ChatGPT prompt right here that helps you get the best response, whether you're brainstorming ideas, you wanted to write content for you, or really do some powerful thinking. In this video, I'm going to break down my prompt and then give you a real world example. If you're excited about that, like this video while the intro plays.
There's no stopping me now. I know my shot shuts it down. Money's all over me. I'm called to be rich and be free.
Welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn, your go-to business operations strategist, here to help you grow your business through people and processes. Today, I am back with another ChatGPT tutorial for you, and today we are talking about ChatGPT prompt engineering. While I am using ChatGPT as an example for this video, just know that you can use this prompt engineering strategy even if you're going to create a prompt for Bard or for Copilot or Claude or any of the other open source AI tools that are out there, okay? But before I show you exactly what my ChatGPT prompt is, I want to talk about why this matters. So if you've been using ChatGPT for any amount of time now, you've probably come across the fact that sometimes it can give you very similar responses based on how you ask your questions. Maybe it doesn't understand your question at all, and it gives you an output that's not necessarily the output or response that you were looking for. It's not specific, detailed, it can be kind of vague. And if you're using this to actually grow and scale your business, it can be quite frustrating. And so that is why I created this prompt formula to help produce better responses. But in order to get a good response from ChatGPT, your response is only going to be as good as the information that you put into it, right? So if you give a vague prompt, a vague command, you're going to get a vague response. And that is why this ChatGPT prompt formula that I'm going to share with you today is going to be so valuable. So now let's go over to my little post-it board so I can actually show you what the perfect prompt formula is, and we can get into all the juicy details. All right, so now let's get into the good stuff. In this section, I want to break down what my perfect prompt formula is. I'm going to explain this acronym and what each one of these letters stands for, and how you can leverage these to create the ultimate perfect prompt for ChatGPT and get the ultimate best response. So let's go ahead and start with the acronym. We have RTSOSG, and trust me, just a side note, I spent hours trying to turn this acronym into a word, like 𝗪𝗲𝗪, changing different letters out, and I could not come up with a word, okay? So just a challenge for you while you're watching in the comments. Let me know if you could come up with how I can turn these letters into an actual word or acronym to make it easier to remember. All right, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump into the acronym itself for the perfect ChatGPT prompt. And after I give you the rundown of what each one of these letters stands for, I'm going to actually hop on the computer and give you a real world example. But the first letter is going to be R, and this is because when you get ready to put a prompt into ChatGPT, you want to assign ChatGPT a role or identity to take on to give you context into what it should actually input. So the first thing you want to do is assign a role. So we're going to say role assignment. And an example of this is you want to do things like tell ChatGPT, if you wanted to create a video script for YouTube, hey ChatGPT, you are a YouTube growth strategist or a YouTube script writer. If you're trying to come up with a marketing campaign, hey ChatGPT, you are a marketing expert or marketing strategist. And so when you assign it a role, then ChatGPT is going to take on the knowledge and content from that specific role in consideration for the output of your prompt. The next thing you want to do is assign ChatGPT a task, and so that is what the T is for, is a task. our activity. And so the best way to leverage this is when you're assigning a task to ChatGPT, try to always start your command with a verb. So for example, you are a YouTube script writer. Write me a script, right? Or you can say, you are a marketing expert. I want you to create or develop a marketing campaign. So you want to tell ChatGPT the exact task or activity that you want it to do. And then after you tell it what you want to do, we're going to hop into the C, which the C stands for context or information. So basically, once you assign a role and you set the task that you want ChatGPT to do, you want to make sure that you provide context information, background information that's going to be helpful for ChatGPT to actually complete this task for you. And so this can be if you're creating a prompt to write a script for your YouTube channel, then you may want to say, hey, ChatGPT, I have a travel channel. Side note, make sure you go follow my travel channel, Ebony Meets World. I post travel vlogs over there. I am a digital nomad, so I have videos traveling through Southeast Asia, Europe, Portugal, Spain, Athens. I did a 7-day cruise. All of that is over on my travel channel, right? Anyways, let's get back on track. Let's say that I want ChatGPT to help me to write a video script for one of my travel vlogs. Instead of just saying, write a video script for how to travel XYZ destination, you want to be specific and give background information and context to help ChatGPT out. Remember, the input that you get out of ChatGPT is only going to be as good as the information that you put into it. So you can provide background information to tell ChatGPT, hey, I want you to write this video script for a travel video for my travel channel. My travel channel is about solo female travel, and the video is for this specific destination, and I want to highlight X, Y, and Z. The more background information, the more context that you provide, the better the response is that you will receive. Okay, now let's get into the next component of the perfect ChatGPT prompt, and this is going to be your output. So output basically represents the format. So how do you want ChatGPT to populate or spit out your information? Do you want ChatGPT to give you a list? Do you want ChatGPT to respond in a table format? Do you want it to respond in paragraphs? Do you want it to give you a bullet list? If you have a specific way that you want to have your data output, you want to make sure that you specify that within your prompt. Now let's go ahead and get to the next component, and this is going to be the S, which stands for styling and tone. So this is going to be your writing style plus the tone of voice. So you know how when you ask ChatGPT certain questions, you kind of get the same bland robotic response, and ChatGPT is like, so in the digital space, it is crucial that you XYZ, right? If you want to avoid getting that bland response, you want to make sure that you assign a writing style as well as tone of voice, so you can say, hey, I want this output to be authoritative, but I want the tone of voice to be conversational or friendly, persuasive for a millennial audience, or for a older audience, right? For a theatrical audience, right? Whatever your target demographics is, you want to specify the writing style and tone of voice, and this is going to really help with the language that ChatGPT will use and produce in your actual response. And then last but not least, the sweet cherry on top that really helps you to get an optimized response from ChatGPT is going to be the G, which is going to be the goal or objective of your prompt. So this this kind of piggybacks on adding additional context. So essentially what you want to do is tell ChatGPT the goal that you're trying to achieve. If you're telling ChatGPT you wanted to create a marketing campaign for you, you want to say the goal. Why do you want this marketing campaign? The goal of this marketing campaign is to get additional sales, is to get people to join our wait list, is to educate our audience about our products. When you can tell ChatGPT the goal that you're trying to achieve, this further gives additional context that helps it give you the best response. So this is our formula, the perfect ChatGPT formula to create the best prompt to get the best response. Assign ChatGPT a role or identity. Make sure you give it a clear task that it needs to accomplish. Give background information and context. State the output if you have a desired format. Set the writing style, tone of voice, and identify your goal. So now that we have identified exactly what the perfect prompt is, let's actually put this into play and do this in a real world example. Let me hop into my computer and then we will get started. So the first thing that we want to do is start with our acronym. So I'm just going to put our R, and then we're going to put TCOSG for goal, right? And so we're going to add each one of these elements for our prompt. Now, since I have a ton of lunch strategy videos on this channel, let's say that we want ChatGPT to help us create an email for a digital product lunch. The first thing that we want to do is assign ChatGPT a role, and I've already kind of pre-written these out just to save time. So I'm going to copy and paste from over in my little handy dandy notepad over here. So the first thing we're going to do is assign ChatGPT a role. So the role is going to be to act as if you are an email marketing strategist. And then the next thing we want to do is give ChatGPT a task to do. So the task is going to be to draft a launch email for our digital product that is aimed at online coaches. So we're going to put that there as well. The next thing we want to do is add some background information. So we are going to add the product. So let me add the context of what it is. And this is the product head, but we're going to say this is a client management toolkit that helps online coaches automate their client onboarding process. The next thing that we want to do is add the output format. So we're going to tell ChatGPT exactly how to output this. We want it to be an email that is engaging but concise. Don't make it long. Y'all know ChatGPT can be wordy at times, right? If you don't have the perfect prompt. So we want the email to be concise and formatted as a short email with a clear call to action at the end. So that's our output. The next thing we want to do is add our writing style and tone of voice. Since this is a sales email, we want to make sure that the writing style is authoritative, but we also want the tone of voice to be persuasive. And so we're going to make sure that we can entice those sales, right? That's why we want it to be persuasive. And then the last thing is to identify our goal. So the goal is to encourage our email recipients to click through and go to the sales page to actually purchase this digital product. So that's our goal. So there you have it. That is all our elements that will help us to create the perfect prompt. So let's actually run this and look at the output that we get. Voila. And there you have it. You can see already that, and you could customize this further and further, right? But you can see already that there's a big difference in probably the typical response that you get from ChatGPT and the response that it has generated using this prompt formula. All right, and there you have it. That is my ultimate prompt engineering formula to get the best response from ChatGPT. If you enjoyed this video, if you found this prompt to be helpful, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more video tutorials about ChatGPT, make sure you check out my ChatGPT for Business playlist that is going to be tagged, linked in the description of this video. And if you just don't want to have to go through the hassle of writing prompts yourself, using this prompt formula over and over again, then make sure you check out AssistCorrect, which is my AI prompt database for online service provider that provides you with hundreds of done for you, ready to use, copy and paste prompts that you can just copy into ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, whatever AI open source tool you are using, and you can get a faster response. So that'll be in the pinned comment and description of this video if you want to check out my ready to use prompt database. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you'll be the first one to get notified anytime I upload another ChatGPT tutorial just like this. Bye, y'all.